Vibe coding sounds like a joke until you realize how many people are building software this way. They describe what they want, the model writes code. They test it, they complain, the model patches it. They review the diff, then they repeat. The developer is not typing every line, the developer is steering. So which model is better for that workflow, GPT 5.6 or Claude Fable 5? The answer depends on what kind of smart you mean. If smart means understanding vague product intent, Fable 5 may be strong. Vibe coding often starts messy. You do not always know the exact implementation. You know the feeling of the feature. A good model needs to turn that messy request into a clear plan. That requires judgment. Anthropic's official Fable page leans directly into this use case. It says Fable 5 can implement designs with high fidelity and use vision to check outputs against goals. That matters for vibe coding because the task is often not just make it work. The task is make it feel like the product I imagined. If smart means editing files, running tools, and pushing toward implementation, GPT 5.6 Sol may be the better test. OpenAI's GPT 5.6 positioning points toward the other side of the workflow: tool use, computer use, long-horizon professional analysis, and stronger cost efficiency. That is the execution side of vibe coding. Execution matters because vibe coding collapses if the model cannot actually change the project safely. The perfect vibe coding model needs both. It needs product sense and engineering discipline. It needs to understand what you mean and then make a small, correct change. Most models fail in one of two ways. Some understand the idea but do not execute cleanly. Others execute quickly but misunderstand the product. That is why the best workflow may use both models. Use Fable 5 to shape the feature. Ask it what the user really needs, what edge cases matter, and what the simplest version should be. Then use GPT 5.6 to inspect the codebase and implement the change. Then use a reviewer step to check the diff. That is vibe coding with discipline. Without discipline, vibe coding becomes chaos. The model adds random components. It ignores your design system. It creates duplicated logic. It patches bugs with more bugs. So if you are comparing GPT 5.6 and Fable 5, use a real vibe coding task. Add a settings page. Fix a broken flow. Build a small dashboard. Improve an onboarding screen. Then ask, did it understand the goal? Did it follow the existing style? Was the diff small? Did it recover when corrected? Did the final result feel like the product? That last question matters. Vibe coding is not just code, it is taste plus execution, and the model that feels smartest is the one that helps you keep both. Here's the best way to test it. Pick a feature that is small enough to finish but real enough to matter. Something like a user settings page, a dashboard filter, a checkout validation fix, or a new onboarding step. Give both models the same instruction. Do not rewrite the app, use the existing design system. Keep the change small. Explain the plan before editing. Add a test if the project has tests. Then watch what happens. A bad vibe coding model will start generating files immediately. It will create components that look plausible but do not match the app. It will invent state management. It will add complexity because it can. A good vibe coding model will slow down just enough. It will inspect patterns. It will ask or infer the minimum path. It will make a narrow change. It will respond well when corrected. This is where feels smarter becomes measurable. Does the model reduce your thinking load, or does it create cleanup work? Does it preserve your product taste, or does it flatten everything into generic AI UI? Does it help you steer, or does it fight the steering wheel? That is the real vibe coding test. And honestly, the best workflow might be hybrid. Use Fable 5 to clarify what the feature should feel like. Use GPT 5.6 to execute the change. Use your own judgment to decide what ships. Because vibe coding does not mean turning your brain off. It means using AI as a fast pair programmer while you remain the director. If the model makes you faster and keeps your taste intact, it is useful. If it makes you faster but destroys the product, it is expensive noise. The final verdict is this: for vibe coding, the winner is not the model that writes the most code. The winner is the model that keeps the loop smooth. You explain, it understands, it proposes. You steer, it edits, you review, it fixes, you test. That loop should feel calm, not chaotic. If GPT 5.6 gives you better execution, use it there. If Fable 5 gives you better product interpretation, use it there. If a local model is enough for small private experiments, use it there. Vibe coding is not one model, it is a rhythm, and the best rhythm is the one where the human still feels in control. So the real comparison is, Fable 5 may be the better creative planner and design interpreter, while GPT 5.6 Sol may be the better execution engine. That is the video angle. Not which one is smarter, but which one makes the vibe coding loop smoother.